Get those crazies out of the government. We need our Congress for everyone's benefit. The 1%, they just take what they like. We've got to show up and vote for our rights. So vote in November. Vote, a time to remember. Vote, don't be late. Vote, don't procrastinate. It's our country, our democracy. We can't afford mediocrity.
Maybe if ever there's time, we don't need anything but democracy right now, baby.
If we do nothing,
That's the fear. The real fear.
floats away.
If we do nothing. If we allow things to continue
Get
the
up
way they are.
off of that thing when it's voting.
It's the most important thing you can do, baby. Anyway, how y'all doing, baby? It is indeed Tuesday, and I hope you enjoyed your weekend. I hope you enjoyed your 4th of July. Although for all of us, I think the day started out rather bad. And it was heartbreaking to see the news that came out of Highland Park at a 4th of July parade. That's heartbreaking, baby. I did a little video earlier expressing my thoughts on the matter. The Second Amendment, baby. The Second Amendment. What I said in that video is that Second Amendment supersedes any right that you think you enjoy. Anything that the Constitution gives you can be wiped away by the Second Amendment. By people who worship the Second Amendment, who make it the only thing in the Constitution. That's it. Just the Second Amendment. Ain't no other shit. Doesn't matter. Their right to own that weapon supersedes your right to free speech. Are you shitting me? You say the wrong thing, your neighbor will shoot your ass. Freedom of religion? Better be the right religion, or your neighbor will shoot your ass. Freedom to assemble? No, we saw what happened yesterday. As a matter of fact, there's been over 300 mass shootings this year. We're not even we're over halfway through the year. Really? Popping them out like popcorn, baby. It's America. It's America. That's where the only thing that matters here is a gun. And it just seeps into our whole society at every freaking level. At every level. You take the shooting in Akron, Ohio, where a young man was shot over 60 times, 60 times, while trying to run away. I heard a report from the police chief in that area saying the shooting was justified and that the officers, all 8 of them, responded appropriately according to their training. They say there was only over 90 shots fired. 90 fucking shots? That's where they're trained? It's a feeding frenzy, baby. When you tell me any cop out there can't fucking count on their 10 shots, maybe we ought to stop now. No, they're trained to empty their freaking weapon on the assailant. Pump him full of iron and don't stop until he's dead. Because in this country, he might have a gun. He didn't. He didn't have a gun. He had on a mask. That's enough, baby. 90 times. Do you think a single one of them fucking officers was wondering where the rest of those bullets were flying? Down what street? Down what apartment around them? Shit, no. Just fire, baby. Because it's the society we live in. Chances are he's got a gun. Everybody's got a gun. If you ain't got a gun, well, you better get a gun. Ain't that the message nowadays? Isn't that the message that we crank out every fucking day? If you ain't got one, you better get one. So the cops are trained to empty their weapon. Because obviously the other guy's got a gun. And what about your other 7 friends over here? Well, just keep pumping iron out, baby. What a disgusting society we have created for ourselves, and we're not done yet, baby. Supreme Court just proved that. You don't need no stinking permit for a concealed weapon. Are you shitting me? Yeah, guaranteed the Second Amendment, maybe. A well-regulated militia. Being necessary for the security of a free state. We ended that bullshit a long time ago. Like I said in my fucking video earlier, we don't need Bubba over there with an AR-15 to fucking protect Arkansas. Okay, Arkansas's got a National Guard. That's the militia, baby. We're the only freaking civilized country in this fucking world that pushes the ownership of guns on everybody. It's the answer to everything. We've made it that way. We've made it where they idolize the Second Amendment. Gotta watch myself. My blood pressure went to 138 over 98 today. Well, good top number. It should worry every fucking one of us. The direction we're going in. What we're allowing these right-wing nut jobs to do to our government, to our society. Oh my God. Let me catch up here. Richard Phillips was the first one to jump in, followed by Michael Johnson. The remixtress is with us, thank goodness, and Bruce Preston's here. Debbie Marie and Stephanie Dane, and I think she said hi for Jay. Stephanie, glad to see you out there, baby. Adina Michaels here, Jeff Curry, Nancy Halverson is here, Suzanne Jarrett. How you doing, darling? I hope everything's going just fine for you. I'm sorry, people, we've met. Anyway, Donald Ware is here. Let me see. Randy Peterson. Woo, pig. Rockport is an excellent choice, by the way. I need to give you a call. You can't get a better spot around here. Corpus is real nice, but if you want something nice that you're going to stay in, Rockport, baby. It's the part of the Texas Riviera. Anyway, let's see. Jose Marquez is here. Aaron Trombley. Terry King, thank you for being here. Let me see. Jeanette Miller. Greg Talbert, my buddy out in California. Hope you're doing well, my friend. I hope you're doing well. Yeah, we've met him too. We've met a lot of blue dots. Anyway, Ardessa the Purple Moon Dragon is here. Michael Johnson, Linda Refkoff, thank you for being here. Let me jump on down here before I forget where I am. Paula's here. Maria Betancourt, thank you. Jan Beats, Miss Linda, a.k.a. Mary Ellen, and Iris Giselle, still rocking that t-shirt. Why am I getting messages over here on my freaking screen? Where's my freaking arrow? There it is. I just got to catch my shit. Anyway. Yeah. I had a few thoughts on my brain today after yesterday's celebration. And it worries me because of the direction this country's going in, baby. Anyway, before I get ranting off my ass again. Hello, Gene Shanky. How are you doing? Bernadette Pree, how are you?
I'm good, John. How are you?
I'm pretty good.
I mean, I already know how you are. I watch your videos.
You did you? Blood pressure got up a little bit after that one, yeah. As a matter of fact, I came upstairs and took it.
You do one of those.
I came upstairs. I felt it in my cheeks. So I said, well, Mama just got done doing hers. So I said, well, stick my arm in there. Let's see.
You know, John, it's one of the reasons why I've not been on the show quite as much is because I too need to calm down.
Yeah,
But
hard.
I mean, on a daily basis, it's getting more and more difficult
It is hard.
just to listen to the news and calm the fuck down.
Well,
Um,
you know why I tuned in? I wanted to see the celebrations across the country. You know, July 4th is going to be on every stand, on every some
yeah,
station. There's going to be carrying something, and then
yes, I
that's what
know.
you hear. And
I've changed my celebration of independence to a different day. I would, you know,
uh,
just my personal thing. I can't celebrate the 4th of July and independence and freedom in this country when half the population is being suppressed under, theocracy rule.
yes.
I can't celebrate that day. I love fireworks. Don't get me wrong.
Oh,
We had fireworks at my house last night. Um, it was great, but I didn't go out and watch because I'm dealing with some health issues, and
oh,
I didn't want to breathe the smoke, and I couldn't participate in it. It just
yeah.
wasn't there. It wasn't there. We have a mass shooting on
7 dead now.
Ju-
7.
July 4th. Yes, 7. And those families will be forever affected by this. And those families of the injured will be forever affected
Yeah, July
by
4th
the
will not
date.
mean the same
By
things to them ever again.
exactly.
And it shouldn't mean the same thing to any of us until we figure out what the hell we're going to do about the direction that the
They,
Republican Party is trying to drag this
we
country
saw
into.
we saw what they were going to do, and it wasn't very much.
And they're getting
They
ready to do it
did
again.
what they're going to do.
That's my fear is they're gonna come back and do it again. They're not done. They're not done. That's why Donnie's out there cranking them rallies. He's raising the army. I
But
keep
the
saying that.
Republican Party is making a severe choice with every single life in this country by not regulating these guns.
Well, wouldn't it be
Like I said
nice
in the chat,
to
we
limit?
can regulate a uterus,
Oh
John,
hell yeah, not a problem there,
but
baby.
we cannot regulate a gun.
Oh no, we're gonna get right down to condoms on that shit. No, 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 you can't have that shit.
Oh, we're going to regulate
Whatever
those
it
too.
is, they're gonna regulate the shit out of it, except guns, except guns. And at some point, this is something that it's not going to be overnight. It's not going to be in my lifetime, your lifetime, or anybody else's lifetime, as far as I can see. But you think some point down the line, we have to change this society. We are indeed the only country in the world that hands out guns like it's fucking popcorn. You know, and no wonder the police are trained to empty their weapon. Because everybody's around got a gun. He ought to save a few. The guy behind him might have a gun too. That guy over there or that guy over there. Everybody might have a gun. We don't know who the good guy is. You know, it's the society that we build. We have allowed the Republican Party.
You know how we deal with this, John?
We vote.
We take it to the polls. You are
That's right,
absolutely right. We take
vote.
it to the polls, and we show these Republicans you can't do this to us and stay in office.
Oh, Maria Betancourt says they can't regulate condoms because of venereal disease. Oh, but they're going after the pill.
Oh,
So-
yes, they will.
I seen a meme on Facebook I liked that said regulate dicks, not Janes.
Okay.
Yeah, that would be a good one. I liked it. Anyway, well, I'm glad you enjoyed your 4th. We did too. We did not have what we were expecting. There were no fireworks on my street last night. I really hardly couldn't believe it. But it was quiet all night. And
That I wondered if it was quiet in your neighborhood.
yeah, amazingly.
So
You know,
I'm glad you had a peaceful night for
Yeah.
the 4th.
I think they all went somewhere else to have a nice
Good.
party, and I'm glad. And I hope they had a
Good.
great time, celebrated their freedoms. You know, it was pretty. It was pretty. You know, we didn't do anything. We had planned a barbecue, but then some people had to couldn't make it, so we just kind of sat around them and enjoyed the day as best we could. But all day long, the feeling of despair hung over because of the mere fact of everything that's in the news about this shooting, and it just little kids.
It breaks my heart.
Oh, it does.
It breaks my heart that people will forever associate the 4th of July with the day they lost,
a loved one.
Added a family member that was injured. Now,
Yeah. Let's I'll see. If
and this is trauma to America.
it is.
It's just straight up trauma. And trauma is hard to deal with. And I wonder if they're going to say that I don't know. I don't even know what this idiot's name was, and I don't really care.
Yeah,
that
they've said it
it's
100
some
times on
mental
TV, and
illness
right now I couldn't.
with him. But it's a mental illness thing with him, because that's the way it is with these little gun happy idiots that go out
I know I've
and
seen,
destroy lives.
I've seen several photographs of him, and one with a Trump flag wrapped around his. I don't know if that was taken at the insurrection or just at a rally. Oh shit! I'm sorry. Holy shit! Anyway, check out my progress, y'all. I went on YouTube, so I posted my video on YouTube, and right now it has 6,900 something hits on it.
Right on.
Getting the bird out to TikTok anyway.
Speaking of hits, if you're in the chat, go ahead and hit that like button. It helps the show.
Do that. I want to say thank you to everybody who likes, shares, and subscribe. And I want to send a thank you to Karen Cormier, who recently joined our Patreon family, and Mark Lugia. I'm going to stick right there before I screw it up anymore, for subscribing. Thank you very much. I want to thank everybody for our Patreon. Is something that really helps support the family, and in this page and everything that we do. It's donations have gone south, so Patreon has really taken up the slack, so we appreciate all of that. So anyway, Ed, are you here?
Yes, I am, John. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir, I can hear you loud and clear. How are you doing?
Fine. Just came back from Macon, Georgia. Of course, we shot some fireworks at my family's house.
Outstanding.
Just before the thunderstorms came in. And you won't believe this. The lightning that was affecting all over Macon, Georgia area, it sparked it off 4 house fires from that lightning.
Really?
Yeah, I won't kid you. But I
man.
also want to give you a lighter side from what happened yesterday. President Biden awarded 4 Medals of Freedom to 4 Vietnam soldiers.
Yes. Yes, that was very heartwarming. I saw that. And I know it takes a long time, but I kept wondering, why so long?
Nixon's war.
I know it. In the fog of war lasts for a very long time for a lot of people. Yes, I was very. It was very heartwarming. I'm glad I saw that.
I want to say, John, you did a wonderful job serving our country.
Thank you. I appreciate that. But don't let.
But it's just you would never thought. I would never thought this guy, this alleged gunman, would surrender peacefully to cops. A black dude is being chased down by white officers and being shot to death.
90.
This is
rounds.
this is the world we live in.
Yeah.
Someone just would say this is the world we live in.
That's what bothered me, is the police chief's response was that the officers responded according to their training. 90 shots, and they responded according to their training. There's something wrong there. There's something wrong that that 90
60
shots.
60 of those shots hit him.
60.
Yes.
60. If you can
and I have to tell you
imagine
something, John.
what the body looks like getting hit by that many rounds.
John, check this out. I watched the official release from the Akron Police Department. And they had 13 body cameras, videos at the end of this release. And each one showed it from their perspective.
Right.
Of those 13, it was quite evident that some of those officers did not shoot, because the guy, this is graphic, but this is what happened. He was rolling on the ground while they were shooting
That's
him
what I mean.
60
the impact
times.
of what the body looks like as it's being shot. Not after it's shot, while he's being shot. I'll tell you what, it looks like fucking popcorn. Pouncing all over the fucking place.
It's disturbing. It's
we live in
disturbing.
it's if the training is correct, then isn't it a fucking terrible fucking world we live in? We're the only country in the world that does this shit, I swear.
Yeah,
And don't come
country's
up with
done.
that bullshit about, well, they just had one in Denmark the other day. One in decades. We have fucking 3 or 4 a day. I'm sorry, Johnny Fly. How are you, bub?
I'm doing good. Hey, our country's gun happy. But I wanted to share something with you. Remember I told you that my last employer, he was a Trump supporter? Oh,
Yeah, I
the
believe that.
Republican Party could never do anything wrong. I'd like to read with you. It won't be too long here, but I sent he was the owner of the business. I sent him a tape, I think a video or two of Texas Paul. I said, really, watch this with an open mind, listen to it, let me know what you think. Well, he wrote me back and he goes, the Democratic Party of today is certainly not the party they were. All they are power, mad, hungry socialists backed by the elitists like George Soros. They're the ones in control, pulling Biden's string like a puppet. And then, let me see here. The second half said,
Oh, that's
this
right.
video, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay. So this video is a scam gun. This is the second one I sent. The man is clearly an atheist. His real motive is for people like you to send him dollars to make him rich, which he reveals at the end of the video. Only good thing about the video is Lauren Boebert. Thank God President Trump did appoint those conservative justices. The evil Democrats wanted to stack the Supreme Court, so there would always be a Democrat.
Now, whose video is this that we're talking about?
We'll talk about Texas
Oh,
Paul.
okay.
I sent my former boss these video, and this is what he's saying about him. He said, evil Democrats. It's the evil Democrats.
It's the evil Democrats that are doing that, and we're all socialists, and
Yeah.
we're trying to take over the world and blah, blah, blah. Shove it up your ass.
Yeah,
you
he
know how
said-
much ignorance comes out of his mouth the minute he mentions George
Here's
Soros.
what he said. He said Democrats
John?
he said Democrats wanted to stack the Supreme Court so there would always be a Democrat as president. Finally, how about Pelosi taking communion with the Pope, the ultimate pro-abortionist, a Catholic? Talk about the ultimate hypocrisy. I could go on, but just wanted to talk about things related to this bogus video you sent me. Now that's what they think. That's the reason why the Republican Party is taken over by the fringe, right? And we
Send him
have
the
to
one.
vote
Send him
blue.
my video today, Johnny Fly. Send him that one and tell him to pack
I
it up his
should.
fucking ass. I
I
just
will.
John Fly, John, I have an idea.
yeah, but
Yeah.
John, hit that button.
which button?
What button? Oh, John.
Which button? Hit the button.
What the
I
slap
just need
button?
you to
or-
shut the fuck up.
Slap.
Oh
Shut
yeah.
the fuck up.
Shut the
Yeah.
fuck up.
I'm sorry. Let me get my shit back together here again. Yeah, he's an asshole. What do you want to know? You know, he's drank the
You
Kool-Aid.
find it, John.
Yeah. Keep sending him those
Play
Texas
that.
Paul videos. So it's,
If you're trying to convert
sure he's
Republicans,
fucking-
why are you wasting your time? Because it's pretty clear that these people want to believe in what the hell they are believing in.
Oh,
Okay.
I know that.
There's
Brenda,
no common sense. There's no common sense or reasoning with them anymore. It's
Well,
just
see, the reason
a
why
straight up argument if you go at them.
Well, why I sent him this is because the other day I was in the local restaurant, and he comes in. You know, he always comes in for spaghetti special. And of course, he was the first one to bring it up. Oh, our gas prices are high because of our current president. It's
But
always
Johnny, he's gaslighting you. And
I
if you
know.
respond to that bullshit, then it works. Then his gaslighting works. You gotta.
Right.
We all have got to stop responding to these people who gaslight us like that.
Oh,
I
won't.
what we need to spend our time out doing is trying to register some more. One of
Indeed.
those 100 million
Indeed.
people out there that don't vote.
encourage people to get
That's what we
involved in
need
this
to-
system.
Exactly. That's what we need
That's
to be
that's the
doing.
only that's the only recourse that we have, legal. And that's
Yep.
we prefer to do it the legal way. But believe me, the other side is not too keen on that idea anymore. They're getting ready for 2024, baby. I'm glad to see the January 6th committee is
They've been
going to
ready
kick back
for it.
up again. We best get our shit together. I'm glad to see Lindsey Graham and Rudy the Tootie getting subpoenaed down in Georgia. I want to see things pick up,
Yeah.
baby, because we need to. We need
Well-
to start shoving this shit in their face.
Oh, John, there's going to be a candidate. Now, you know about it, but we can't make it public until after tomorrow, I guess. But I'm planning on meeting him. He's going to be coming up here to Schuylkill County, up in St. Clair, and I'm going to go up to meet him tomorrow around
Good
2
deal.
in the afternoon.
Good deal.
And he needs to get in, because if we get the other dingbat, we're going to be screwed.
Indeed. Indeed. Pennsylvania's got a lot going on. Their governor, the Republican, what's his name? Mastriano.
Yeah.
What is his name? Mastriano.
Pennsylvania,
Oh, Mastriano,
Michigan.
Yeah, he's a whack job deluxe. You got
Oh,
your
that's what
choice
I'm saying. If he-
of Dr. Oz, the make-believe doctor from the TV show, who really is irritated the fuck out of me ever since I heard his little commercial when he's carrying around a weapon, just, you know, because that's what Republicans do. And in his ad, he says that the Second Amendment
It's
is for...
gaslighting, John.
Well,
They
in his
would-
ad, he
they-
says that the weapon is for to protect you against an over-intrusive government. That was in his ad. That's what the Second Amendment to Dr. Oz is about.
Yes.
And guess
Yes.
what that is? That means that, I keep wondering what that is. Here's how the scenario runs through my head. Dr. Oz said it's for an over-intrusive government. Well, who is that government? Is that the local police guy that comes up and knocks on your door? Fuck him! I got a gun. Is it the local sheriff? How far up the fucking ladder do you go with it, Dr. Oz? All the way up to the fucking White House, baby? That's the scenario Dr. Oz is preaching, and that's what fucking Trump is pushing, and the rest of these fucked up Republicans running in state across the country. Their idea is to raise a fucking army because they don't give a shit your vote in 24. They've already decided who they want, and that's what I think every fucking day.
Well, you know, John, like Texas Paul said, he said, this is all they can do because they don't have any platform to offer, except maybe hate, you know, and guns kind of like backs that up. If they don't like
Right.
somebody,
That is their platform. Their platform is fear and hatred.
Their
And
fear
we
is
know this.
the gun is the backup. Sure, that's their
Yeah.
backup. If we don't win, well, it's because they cheated, and we're going to take it. So we there's no winning anymore. It's either
Well, since they-
he wins or he starts a rebellion. Fiscal
Well, see,
rebellion.
John, they don't have a platform, you know, at all, you know. So, well, how do we get in there? Well, we cheat a little bit, gerrymandering and redistricting, and man, that'll get them in if the other ones won't get in. You know,
Yeah.
the other techniques don't work. We'll do that, and
We'll
they
do that.
have, and we need to fight them.
That's the plan, baby. That's the
Yep.
idea.
We fight
fight
them
or we
by
lose
getting
everything.
people to the polls. We
Yes.
got 100 million people in this country that don't vote. We need to get them. We need to get a portion of them, a good portion of them, interested in this next election and voting. This is how we fight them. We
Yep.
fight them with the numbers.
We fight them as a group marching in one direction together, or we just fucked up. We got to rally this Democratic Party against you want to say one issue, but it can't be one issue. It's all of them. It's the general direction
all
that this
in the
country is
same
going
boat
in,
with them. Yeah.
and it's being accomplished by the minority. You know, because it's the minority that keeps doing that shit right now. And that's how come we can't let them back in the fucking majority, because look what they did the last time. Gave you
They already told
gave
you
you
what they're
three
going to
Supreme
do
Court
if they get there.
justices. They rigged the whole fucking system for the next 50, 60 fucking years. Are you shitting me? It was Mitch McConnell that carved out the filibuster for Supreme Court nominees. Nobody had ever fucking done that before. Mitch McConnell did. He carved out the filibuster So it only took 51 votes, which the Republicans had, and screw it up your ass, we got 3. That's how we got here. You want to talk about the big steal? That was it, baby. And here we are stuck with the remains of that. And the only way around some of this is to start codifying law, and we can't do that unless we have a fucking supermajority in the goddamn Senate. Either that or somebody up in the Senate has to get enough balls to do away with the fucking filibuster. I don't know.
Bill joins in the YouTube chat. He says that his committee registers new voters every weekend, and we all need to be out there doing that. We all need to be out there doing that, getting people to the polls. That's how we're going to change.
That's the way we do it.
Change things.
And I encourage you.
And that's how
call
we
your
stop
local
them.
Democratic headquarters. Look it up. Google it. Wherever you live. Where's the Democratic headquarters here? Call them. One phone call will get you involved. They'll find something that you're comfortable doing, and you'll feel better about being involved in the whole process. And you get to meet new people. It's a win-win situation all the way around. They're like-minded people. So make that phone call if you can. Get involved. Do like Bill does. Spend a weekend or two out there registering people to vote. And that's all. Just saying, hey, how would you? Have you registered to vote? You don't have to say, hey, Republican or Democrat. Just ask them, are you registered to vote? And if not, register them. Get them registered. Have them emphasize that part about participation in this democracy. Because that's the responsibility that we hold, that the Constitution doesn't specify you have to do.
Candidate like Aaron T., who ran for office in her community. Bravo,
Yes.
brilliant woman. If you have a favorite candidate, call their office and tell them you want to volunteer.
Yeah.
I'm sure that they got something for you to do.
They'll be waiting for you with bated
Absolutely.
breath. They won't jump over. No, they'll make you feel comfortable. And Johnny Fly is a prime example
Yes,
of that, of somebody reaching out and getting involved. Do you still enjoy that, Johnny? That's why you're going to meet the new guy, whoever that might be.
That's right.
That's how you get invited to that shit.
I'm going to go up there and meet him, and I'm going to talk to the chairman of the Schuylkill Democratic Party and find out what they've got for me this time.
Yeah, outstanding. It takes that little to get involved. Just one phone
And it
call.
works, people.
It does.
It works. Go out and look for your local Democratic Party people and get involved, because it works more than ever this year. We must do it. This primary, we have to do it.
I have a mallet and I'm fixing to use it. Sheila Y Loves Sunsets just came in with a $5 donation with a big blue heart. Back at you, baby. Thank you very much for that. We appreciate it tremendously. Man. Our involvement.
Yeah, you got to get.
That's the only
You got to
thing that's
get
going to matter.
You got to get Beto O'Rourke down there in Texas.
We do indeed.
Get rid of that.
I was happy to see him in Round Rock, Texas. Yesterday, he was walking down the parade route, shaking hands and handing out candy to kids and stuff. It was that's Beto O'Rourke. He's not going to sit in the car and wave at people. He's going to get his ass out and walk down the street saying hello. I love the guy. He's got Texas in his heart. He's got this.
He does. He's got a big heart.
He does.
And he's got
this country in his heart.
People across this country.
He's
But he's
bold.
down to earth. That's what's important.
He is.
He's down to earth.
And right now, Greg Abbott can go piss up a rope. I'm so sick of that guy being my governor. He's an embarrassment to my state.
Would have
Like
been
I've said
interesting to have
before,
Beto as president 2 years ago when he ran for
my
president. It was awesome, actually.
I would love to see him
It was nice.
do that one day because he reminds me of Kennedy. And I was young when Kennedy. But my parents loved John Kennedy. He was a Navy guy, and the whole PT 109 story. I grew up with that, man. It was like a legend in my house. He was. This was before he was assassinated. And then he was assassinated.
I was only a little boy, John, when he was president, but I remember some of the great speeches he made.
Some of the greatest speeches. Yeah.
And he stood up to Cuba, too.
His words still ring true. Ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country. That's the most important words I ever heard him utter.
Trump's
that's what it comes down to.
Trump only worries about the bone spurs. That's what he's worried about,
Yeah.
serving Donald
Trump
Trump.
worries about his money. If he throws out his hat in the ring, it's because he wants to start raking in donations for his campaign. That's what it's about.
Surprised he doesn't want to start a one world government, thinking that the radical left will start it. No, actually, it would be the Republicans mainly. They would take away our freedom, which would be sad, which is frightening.
Yeah, you better believe they would. And I wouldn't put it past. Don't give him any ideas now, Ed. He probably
No, I
already.
won't, John. No, I won't, Johnny. No, I won't.
He'll pick 'em
Your
up
4th of
himself,
July went well, include yours, Bernadette.
Sorry, say that again. I was looking at the chat.
I hope both of your 4th of Julys went well, despite.
Well, my first celebration of independence was Juneteenth. Okay, June 19th.
It's true.
Yeah.
Okay, that's where I'm going with this from now on.
No, I got you. I
Day of
should too.
celebration.
A
Because
lot
I
of
just
people
can't
say
read.
it should be our Day of Independence because
I
that's when
just
all
can't
of
roll
us
with it.
became independent.
No, I went out and I read Langston Hughes. It was a poem by him.
All right,
America.
Russell, I'll hold you to that.
I'm trying to remember the name of this poem because it just went out my head. But Langston Hughes is a great writer, and he wrote some really poignant and still very relevant poetry that everybody should read. This America. This is not the America that I know. This is not my America. This is America. This is just ain't my America. This is not how I want it to
We're
be.
working. It's not mine either in that respect. It's not what I want.
This is not the America that my father went to war for. This is not the America that the veterans that I know put their lives on life for freedom, and because we're losing our freedoms.
Each decision from the Supreme Court, you're losing them. And with one of them, you could lose your life if they keep pushing that shit. That's what my whole rant was today.
Well,
John, I think that it's really the Republican Party is not what it was like years ago. I think the people that were truly conservative back then, in the 70s or whatever, might be rolling in their graves today. And also the Supreme Court. Texas Paul used something. I quote him a lot now because that guy is right.
Yeah, I noticed that.
I
only say that because it seems it becomes a habit of everybody emailing me or messaging me telling, never mind.
Well,
he's a good guy. He is a good guy, and I urge everybody to go listen to Texas Paul. If you think you're going to piss me off because you're sending me a message because somebody else said, hey, let's all run over there and see him, that doesn't piss me off. He's not going to take up your whole fucking day. I hope you come back and visit here too. But
you and him are both pushing the message in Texas. That's great.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Saying,
that's what I thought.
Right.
I encourage everybody to listen to everybody. And it's not a matter of picking sides, please.
He was talking about the Supreme Court. Something about a council, he called it, like what they have in Iran. He said that's what the Supreme Court's turning out to be now. If they pass their edicts or whatever, push their edicts, and we have to follow it.
Yeah. Let me send out a special thank you to somebody I just spoke to yesterday. Homer's Reluctant Odyssey just came in with a $20 donation and said, great to chat yesterday, John. Keep this group involved. It is important. Chris, thank you. I hope Dawn is doing well. Yesterday, sitting there just minding my own business when all of a sudden my phone went ding-a-ding. I said, hey, what's going on there? I better check that out. Looked over there and there's a message from Homer's Reluctant Odyssey. And it said, wishing me a happy 4th of July. And Chris and I haven't spoken for a while. Chris holds a little special memory in my head because of what he did was so fucking neat. I still remember it. And anyway, Chris, I was so happy to get that text, buddy. I really was. I just want you to know that. And right back at you. And yeah. And I hope Homer's doing well too. Anyway, it was good to hear from him. Anyway, where were we? Douchebag Republicans. Oh yeah. Okay.
tell you what, John, I think I'm
What?
going to take up your advice. I'm going to send him your latest rant to my former boss.
Oh, you don't have to. I'm just joking with you. You don't got to do that.
Oh, I would.
Yeah.
I would.
I'm
It
sure
won't
he'd
matter.
think I should do
I'm not
fine
even
too.
gonna-
Oops, sorry.
I'm sure he would
I-
hate me just as much as he hates
Oh.
Texas Paul.
Oh, yeah, he would probably think you're crazy
Oh,
or something.
yeah.
But you
Oh,
know
yeah.
what? I'm not even
I
gonna
would take it
try
as a
to
badge of
convert
honor
him.
if he did, though, Johnny Fly. So, you know, you ought to
Yeah,
see some of the
well, hey.
comments I get. Oh, I'm getting a bunch of them on TikTok. Ooh, they don't hold back, baby.
I hope they're good or bad. Uh-oh.
Mostly good. A lot
I
of
just
good.
want to say,
A
John,
good.
they're well said.
Huh?
Good.
Well said, John. They are very well said. Especially your recent one I just watched hours ago.
Yeah, the one on the Second Amendment.
Yes.
I was a little.
Yeah, I gotta watch that.
Were you here when I
didn't
told you
see
what
it
my
yet.
blood pressure was right after that? Top number was okay.
Yeah,
138 over 98. Ooh, that bottom number was starting to push the limit there, baby. Yeah, I'm passionate about it when it comes from my heart, as anybody that speaks from the heart would be.
Yeah.
If you're passionate about
True.
something, if you're speaking about something that really matters to you, that goes to the core of who you are or what you believe you are, then that comes out. And I treasure people that do that. Because not everybody does. A lot of people hold their stuff in. And it's because it's not easy to do, especially if you're going to do it publicly like this. Are you shitting me? Believe me, there's a whole lot of fucking hate mail that goes along with this shit. You got to learn how to brush it off. I don't give a shit if you don't like me. Go listen to somebody else. Go. Why are you even
Hey,
here
that-
listening to my ass to begin with?
That reminds me,
What?
John. Did you see on the news tonight? Adam Kinzinger, they left some pretty
Oh, they
nasty
left some terrible
voicemail.
messages. There's your Republicans.
Yeah.
Why did every one of those
And-
recordings sound like some stupid hick from Hickville?
They did.
They
didn't
did.
They?
If you hear that news story and you hear those recordings, every one of them. Well, I know where you live, and we're gonna come around there and look after your whole family. Really?
That's how we talk.
What do you got? You got one of them machines that changes your voice and makes sounding like a fucking idiot? You know, evidently, but those calls, those messages, speaks to who we need to be afraid of. We're not afraid of like Adam Kinzinger is a Republican, Liz Cheney's a Republican. There's lots of Republicans and conservatives out there you don't have to fucking worry about. They're good, God-fearing Americans who may not support Trump, but maybe like some of his policies. That's the way they always blow that shit off. That we don't have to worry about getting violent. But it's those little maggots that Donnie is speaking to, that Dr. Oz is speaking to, and that others in this country are reaching out, trying to incite a fucking mob again, because that's what they're doing. That little stint in Arizona when the Republican gubernatorial candidate sat on the stage and that one lady's asking, well, who here believes that Trump won and Biden stole it? You know, she's holding up her fucking hand in front of God and everybody. Really? How many Arizonians are that fucking stupid? I don't know. Robert Russell, thank you for joining our TikTok. How are we doing on? I'm amazed at the. I'm not, because it took a while for my son to talk me into TikTok, because I'm figuring TikTok is for short little videos, which they are, and more geared towards the younger crowd, which it is, and so I was reluctant to do it. But right now, today's video has 7,440 views on there. We've gone up. We're at 30,600 followers with 185.5 thousand likes. So,
See, John,
it's,
you're still young yet.
Yeah, I'm
You're
still young.
young yet, but you got that passion, boy.
well, the other one I did the other day's already went over 300 and something thousand.
There you go.
So yeah,
Wow.
and I love this. This duet thing. Are you familiar with that? When people duet you,
Yes.
it's pretty
Duet.
cool.
Yes, I am.
I've gotten some pretty
That
good
is really
ones.
cool.
I'm getting some pretty good ones. I like that. Somebody's
Right on.
while I sit there and run my mouth. Diane,
does let
Forever
you know that they're
420, thank
listening to
you,
you.
baby, for being here and being a part of this. And I can't say that enough. I'm trying to keep track of the chat, and I do, sincerely. every one of you. I am so thankful for everybody in this conversation. It's just, that's what this is all
We got
about.
work to do,
We
though.
got work to do.
We got work to do.
Yeah, we
and
do.
we
Yeah.
keep putting it out there that we still got to get out there, and we still got to go march in the street, and we still got to register people to vote, and
Registering
we
people
still
to
got to
vote.
get
That's
to
a
the
good one.
polls and get our own votes cast.
That's how
You
come
know,
we are.
whatever it takes.
We call out people
We're
like
fighting
Bill
for our
Jones and Johnny
democracy.
Fly because they are involved in that. They're getting out
Yeah.
there saying hello to people and trying to get them registered, or maybe canvas doors or something. You know,
I even
it's
contribute to Raphael Warnock's campaign also.
outstanding, Ed.
Absolutely.
Outstanding. You know,
And
I had a conversation with John and Carolyn Majesco out in Charlotte, North Carolina, South Carolina. I'm getting my Charlottes mixed up. Never mind. I don't forget people's names.
Charlotte, North Carolina.
North Carolina. Thank you very much, John.
North Carolina. Yep.
And because they made a very nice contribution, and I'm thankful for that. I wanted them to know that. But the way that Carolyn wrote back showed me the how do you say this? The compassion in their heart is what I told her. The compassion in her heart, not for me, but for the other things that her and her husband are involved in. I mean, that it shows me not only they're good people, they're willing to do something about it. And it's you know, I've had the opportunity to talk to a lot of our Blue Dots in person and over the phone and whatnot, and I am so impressed
Yeah.
with the range of people that we have in this family. Not only on every scale you want to look at, but all here for the same reason. And it ain't me. It's this desire that we have for a better society, a better government, a better future. That's why everybody is here. And I can't say thank you all enough. Anyway, Bernadette Pree, what are you doing? I want to thank Bernadette Pree, who came in with a $20 donation. Thank you so much, darling. And said, please read Let America Be America Again by Langston Hughes. Did I say that right? Langston Hughes?
Yes, you did.
Langston
Hughes.
Hughes.
Absolutely wonderful.
Is it a good
wonderful, book? Insightful. It's a poem. It's a poem. And John, I'm going to send you a link to it so you can read it, because you might want to read it on the air.
I might want to. I just that subject has come up here lately, because John used to read a lot of books. You sit down and read books. That's what I like to do. But I haven't done that in years. I haven't sat down and read one cover to cover. The Mueller report I got to skip through it. People have sent me a few books, but I've only been able to skim it because every day you got to do a show. You got to catch up with the news. There's books I want to catch up on, and it just requires a rocking chair and solitude, which are hard to come by around here. I got the rocking chair. But anyway, Bernadette Pree, thank you.
You're welcome, babe.
And Keith Thompson, our buddy, where's he from? Where's that guy from? I always forget.
Somewhere up north,
Alaska?
Minnesota.
Minnesota? Who would guess that?
Minnesota.
And Keith Thompson, our buddy from Minneapolis, Minnesota, came in with a $10 donation.
That's right.
And said, John Bravo, Texas Paul, speaking to the truth. People hear you guys. Go Beto. Is Texas turning blue? You bet your ass, and we're going to make it so. Thank you, Keith.
Yep.
And yes, I encourage everybody to go listen to Texas Paul, because he's got a very large following, and he speaks the truth. I listen to him also. Listen to all of those. Leo Sahaki, Randy Kervin. Randy's having a hard time. I spoke to him the other day. Grace is doing well. So we're looking forward to the day that possibly he comes back and joins
give
us
him
again.
our love, John.
I will indeed.
I've been
I
missing
keep
him
up.
too.
Yeah, we're doing. He's going through some rough times, baby, and so everybody, if you pray, give Randy a prayer, and keep him in your hearts, because he deserves it. He's worked hard, and
we got a lot of family members out there that are going through some hard times.
yes, there's no shortage of heartache in this family, baby.
No, there's not.
There's not.
No, there's not. And with what the Republicans are pushing in this country, we get more and more heartache every day. But
You
we
see
still
it.
got to keep paying the bills. And one of the ways that John pays the bills is by doing this show. So if you got a
That's all
couple
I do
extra
anymore.
dollars that you could throw John's way, because let me tell you something. John goes out and promotes everybody else, and he never promotes himself. He never does.
I'm
He
appreciative for
never
every
does.
donation that is made. I always make that plain and clear, but no, we don't ask you to because it's hard to do that.
So I'm asking, if you got a couple extra dollars this month and you could throw it John's way, throw it John's way, because
Well,
John is out there rah-rah and
And
cheerleading
another-
for everybody else.
Right now would help. I
another
won't
thing
lie. I'm
you
trying to
pointed-
dig myself out of a hole I got in 1 month, and you know how that goes. You get in the hole 1 month, you done started the hole for the next month already.
Yep.
So that's where I am.
And another
but
thing
I'm
is we
lucky. I'm
should
lucky to-
promote John too.
Well,
We should promote
you
John
do.
too.
You do.
like,
You
know,
promote me by
because-
being here.
You-
I wasn't jumping your ass, Johnny Fly. But yeah,
Oh, no,
there,
okay.
there
Well,
are
yeah, I
there
wanted to
are
make
those
sure
that
I
are throwing
support
him
you
at me
very
for other
well.
reasons, and they don't
But-
get the
but
point.
that's-
I
that's
encourage
why-
you to watch him.
That's why the share button is there, so you can share it with your friends. You
There you
can
go.
share it with your family. That's why
Exactly.
there's
You
a
want to
a
piss
thanks
somebody else?
button
Send
there
them my
now.
video
If you want
direct.
to, if you want to say a quick thanks on any video that you watch, you could click that little heart with the dollar bill sign in it, and
That's
it
new.
pops up right in the chat, and it's totally cool. And those, I know John is grateful for every dime that he brings in through Patreon, through YouTube, through Facebook. However you're sending him money in the U.S. Postal, however you're sending him money, I know this man is truly grateful,
But
and
I
that those
appreciate
dollar
that,
bills will be well spent, because it is what helps keep the show
My bill
on
collectors
the
would thank
air.
you tremendously,
You bet.
as I always say.
Yeah, she's
I
right.
thank you,
She's
Bernadette. I appreciate
You're welcome.
that voice. But always remember, don't ever let your charity get in the way of your own budget. Take care of yourself, baby. You have to pay the bills. You got to buy the groceries. You got to pay the electric bill. Why is my dog barking? Dog's barking.
Hey,
Barking
you
again.
know, John, I knew I forgot something, John, when I was down there in San
that?
Antonio. I forgot to get
You forgot what?
I forgot to get your
My autograph? Oh yeah, that'll be worth something one day.
autograph. Yeah. Maybe
You-
if I get that.
You got it. You
again,
got it
you
on
can-
in
you can sign
pictures,
it.
buddy. I was strolling down memory lane just the other day.
Yes,
I was
I
looking at some
did.
of the pictures we took at our San Antonio meetup, and it was great. And it
Yeah,
was
and
not only
video
that one, but the
sure.
first one. My first thought after the incident up in Highland Lake was badass, and I still have to call him. Yeah, David Robinson.
hmm
He lives up in that area. I think he lives up in Chicago, though. I don't think he lives down there. But we got blue dots all over the place, baby. Chances
All over
are, if
this
something
country.
happens in a part of the country, we got blue dots there. You know,
We got blue dots all over the world.
Over the world, baby. We do indeed. And that's all we can do. Keep pumping the pom-poms. Keep having the discussions that we have to keep us motivated, to keep us informed. That's what this is all about. And just that participation in the conversation that goes on in that chat. I love that shit.
Yeah.
I get carried away with that shit. I love it. Anyway, well, boy, howdy shit. Things are gonna get brighter here in the next few days. We're gonna go sliding into another January 6th committee here pretty soon, and we'll watch some other Republican have to cough his brains. You know, that's what we have to remind ourselves all the time, that every bit of this
Well,
January 6th
John,
committee has been Republican witnesses, every one of them.
Well, John, they didn't announce the date yet, did they?
Yes.
It should be something.
They did. I see my light. I'm watching my light over there on my signal strength
But
turning
they
red constantly.
Well,
They
while
did
you're
give a
watching
date.
that,
I
like,
just don't remember it right now.
I believe it was the 12th. The
12th?
next hearing
That
is on the
makes-
12th.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't wait.
Okay.
because
That would be a Tuesday.
of the news since
That sounds
Cassidy
about right.
Hutchinson.
Tuesday and Thursday.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
they've had more
Yeah.
witnesses come forth. They've had new evidence come forth.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's a continuing story, and yeah, I think it's going to pick up more and more.
I want to see some of that video, what that idiot was doing for those 187 minutes that he did nothing.
I'd like to see the video of his ass sitting in front of that TV, getting all excited,
Mm-hmm.
you
Yeah.
know, and getting all well.
Probably
I was
eating
gonna
a
say,
big hamburger. He's probably eating a big hamburger and have.
Was that the burger he threw against the wall?
No, that one was when he was sitting there
that might have
watching
been another one.
Bill Barr talk about no evidence of voter fraud live on TV. That's when he threw the you shit.
Yeah,
He
that's
threw
right.
his
He got
freaking
pissed
hamburger
off.
up against the wall. I'm mad. You
Oh,
disgusting
poor
little. And that's who
baby.
they follow. So you little trolls, when you watch my show later, and you come up with some stupid, go pack it up your ass. Look at who you're following. We all think you're a disgusting turd just for the mere fact that you find him acceptable. Not that you're willing to elect him for president, that you even find him acceptable into our society. He's a con man, lying sack of
Hey.
shit. That's just for our haters later
Hey,
on. Then.
John.
They'll get all mad.
You can bet too that. Well, you can bet, John, that Donnie Trump did not clean up his own mess.
No. Donnie's never
No,
cleaned up
he's-
his
I
own
wonder who he
mess.
had to clean up.
Metaphorically or physically. He's never cleaned up
Yeah.
his mess. He's shit all over everything his whole life. You know, you don't have to look far.
That's
Look
it.
at Trump Steaks, Trump University, Trump this, Trump that, anything Trump. I wouldn't give you 2 cents for it. It's a piece of shit sold to you under the Trump name. Trump doesn't do a damn thing. Trump doesn't own all them buildings. He just leases his name out. That's what he does. Because he thinks it's worth something. And nowadays, if you ask me, I wouldn't give you 2 turds. I could fertilize my flowers with 2 turds. I wouldn't put anything on that man anywhere near my flowers. It would kill everything in there. Let me send out a few thank yous because y'all are kind. Miss Linda, a.k.a. Mary Ellen, came in with a $20 donation and said, speak up, stand up, speak up, and vote. That is the key words there. And Lady Freedom Rocks came in with a $2 donation and said, we need to disinfect the government. Get the Lysol out, baby. Because there's a whole lot of that Trump shit that's still oozing around that we got to clean out. And that's what the midterms are all about. Look how many Trumpers are on the ticket in states that are that can affect the outcome of the race, that are attempting to pass laws. I have passed laws that the electoral board of the state will determine who the winner is, not your ass. Your vote won't mean shit. It's who they think won. And that's dangerous, baby. That's sliding right into fascism, baby. And we can't stand that. I don't want no fascism. I don't want any theocracy. I want the democracy that was promised to us.
You know what, John?
What's that?
I'm just wondering how many Americans really understand how close we are to being a fascist nation.
But we are close.
I wonder how many. Seriously, I don't.
Gary Springs said,
We're
John,
close.
you should call
You're right.
Mar-a-Lago again. I remember when you did that once. You remember that, Gary? I did. I called Mar-a-Lago live. Recorded it. I got through, too. I got through.
So did
No,
you
I
get
didn't
to
get to
speak
talk
to
to
the
him.
orange asshole, right?
No. They weren't going to patch me through, but boy, howdy, I had a nice conversation with the lady at the front. So,
You could tell him that you're devoted.
besides that, he's up in
Texas, you're
Bedford,
gonna vote for him.
Massachusetts, or wherever he is. Bedford. Shit.
Yeah,
Jersey?
I think it's not.
I think it's New Jersey. Sorry, New
New
I
Jersey.
don't
Jersey.
know.
The air quality sinks wherever he
Is
goes. And
Yeah.
let me thank Maria Betancourt, who came in with a $5 donation. Thank you, Maria Betancourt, who has been with us a very long time. My wife asked me, well, because there was a conversation about John and Carolyn Matjesco, and she said, well, how long have they been following you? Are they new? And I went, no. And I went and looked. I said, the first message me and her talked to each other was in 2017. So, yeah, they've been a long time, Blue Dots. As Maria Betancourt, I've seen that name. She's, I guess, near the beginning somewhere. A lot of names I still recognize from the early. This is 6 years we've been doing this, baby. 6 freaking years.
It's a long time.
Hey, still cranking though. Still ain't.
No, hey,
Ain't dead yet.
rock on, dude. Okay,
I ain't dead
rock
yet.
on,
So
dude.
keep it. That's it.
Do
Keep it going. It's more needed.
you know
I
we
swear.
have to do this. That's the thing about a democracy. You can't just do it once and then stop. It's something that needs to be tended. It's something that needs to grow, just like a garden.
I started this because
Imagine
I was
that.
passionate about the audacity of this country electing that bigoted bastard into the White House, and I felt
I
that through me,
remember.
and I started. And now I'm looking at a situation to where it's never been more important to stand up, because although this is just the
Absolutely.
midterms, baby, if we don't pull this off right in the midterms, holy shit, things are going to go downhill if the Republicans take charge of the Senate. And the House,
they
are
ain't
you
gonna
shitting
stop.
me? Oh no,
They are not
you think
going
the
to
Supreme
stop.
Court
They-
decisions? They got a plan, baby. And their plan does involve Trump bringing his ass back. That's dangerous for this country.
Mhm.
You know, because if he gets in again, he ain't never leaving, and we ain't having no more elections. All that shit will go out the freaking window. And Nancy Halverson came in with a $5 donation and said, I may have 4 Republican libertarian looking at my voting Democrat because of Roe v. Wade overturned. I may have 4 Republican and libertarian looking at voting Democrat. Good. Good. That's what I mean. There's a lot of conservatives, libertarians, others with conservative feelings or lean conservative that aren't willing to go all the way as overturning Roe v. Wade. Or some of the other decisions. Really, you're going to take away the EPA's
I think it was a big mistake for them. I think it was a big mistake for the
They're reaching for it, though.
Republicans. The Republicans always said that that's
baby.
what they wanted. I don't really think that they were expecting the Supreme Court to actually do it.
Like the
And now that they-
dog that caught the car. What are you going to do with it?
Yeah. Well, now that they've got that thing,
Because
what the
we've
hell are
already
they?
seen the
and
worst of it.
What they didn't expect was the reaction that they're getting to it. And I hope women are listening, because it's not just abortion. It is not just abortion that they are after. They are seriously looking after overturning pretty much the entire 14th Amendment.
Well, we know what's on their radar next. It's
Yes,
going to
we
be
do.
contraception and gay marriage. Those are the 2 next things that's on the list, baby. Because contraception, that's just abortion in a different way. We want you to make it a pokey and have it a baby. That's it. And of course, gay marriage. Because, you know.
I'll have to go down. I'll
John,
have to
you
go
know
down
what?
to
I'm going to
Supreme Court when that happens.
throw it out there a little bit further than that, because they've been passing laws trying to ban protests and your freedom of speech. And I know that Clarence Thomas has already talked about those kinds of things. So don't put it past them that they're coming after just about everything except for your Second Amendment. They will overturn it all.
And,
I'm telling
and if
you,
you're wondering
y'all
what
pay
direction,
attention. Pay attention to what these people are doing and listen to what they're saying. It's important.
if you want to know what they value, look at what they do. They value the gun, baby. The money that the guns bring into this country, and everybody gets a gun. That whole fucking scenario we just got done talking about. And the other one is the EPA decision.
Yeah.
Money, baby. They take away the Environmental Protection Agency's right to regulate gases from fossil plants, from coal-powered plants or anything else. The audacity of that tells you they value that money, that profit, more than your life, more than your kid's life, more than your grandkid's life. Because the damage they're going to do today, the damage that was done under the Trump administration when Scott Pruitt was in front, this pisses me off. Because this we watched, because I remember acid rain. I remember the pollution in this country, which we haven't gone away with yet. But it spawned the EPA. There was a lot of people screaming about, hey, I want to breathe, I want clean water, I want to go to the park with my kid and be able to swim. All of that shit. And now, but all of that's going to take years before it starts showing up as a problem. The profit
No, it's
they'll
not,
make.
John. We're already finding microplastics in our blood.
Yeah.
Come on.
No, that's been happening, though. That was before the Supreme Court decision. Microplastics are all up in us. They're everywhere. You shit plastic every day.
What's going to take years is getting these fucked up laws that they're putting on the books back off the books again.
Exactly, because the law they do away with today is going to take 20 years to regulate back in there. Because it's going to be tied up in court. It's a play on fascism, baby. It's when corporations become more important than the people. It's the profit of the business that is more important than your piddly ass rights to breathe or what is it? Oh, to your sanctity of life. They don't give a shit about the sanctity of life. It pisses me off every time I hear that.
All right, you got a couple of super chats.
Michael Johnson, and boy, howdy shit, Michael, think about this. Came in with a $2 donation, said, think about the 10-year-old in Ohio. Please think about the 10-year-old in Ohio, because that's the kind of people that Republicans are. And 10 isn't the limit, baby. If she would have been 9, if she would have been 8, 7, it wouldn't have mattered. Their disgusting lust for the sanctity of life, which are blowing smoke out of their ass, because they don't care about shit about any other life. Just the unborn life. That's the one they're going to nail on the cross. That's everything to them. Everything. Because their gun side tells me different. You don't give a shit about the sanctity of life. And Keith Thompson came back in with another $5 and said, the center left needs to call out the bullshit the right-wing nut jobs are doing. Point out what they are doing. Nail them to the wall. Call them out indeed for everything they're fucking trying to do. Because you can see the handwriting on the wall, baby. The direction they want to go, what they value, everything. We can see it. And it ain't us. It's not our society. The training of the cop tells you that. It's not for the benefit of the society. The society we live in is full of guns, so you gotta pull the gun and you gotta keep shooting until he's dead. Because that's the society we live in. Well, then let's change the fucking society we live in. I keep saying that we could do what other countries have done.
John,
we could have a fucking buyback, a gun buyback. Doesn't violate anybody's rights, doesn't violate anybody's laws. We just offer you some money to try to get the guns off the street if we were serious, but we're not.
No, we're not serious in this country about doing that.
No, we're not. This country has gone ape shit.
What we need to do about guns is we need to revoke that act that gives manufacturers of guns and ammunition legal protection from the law.
Yes, we need to do
They're
that.
the only industry.
You know what keeps running through my mind? And, you know, when I put this shirt on today, I was actually wondering to myself, trying to think, how many times I've worn this shirt. How many tragedies have I worn this shirt through? Lots of them. Lots of them. Shit. I had a thought right before I said that, but I forgot what it was. What were you saying, Bernadette?
I'm trying to find
it on you.
the name of the act. Thanks, John.
Yeah, no problem. I can't remember. What was we talking about?
Too, okay?
Nice friend I am, huh?
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that.
Not a problem.
You know, well, here it is. The act that I'm talking about repealing, which seriously needs to be repealed, is called the Protection of Lawful Commerce in the Arms Act. It was passed in 2005 under the Bush administration, and it restricts all liability. It restricts the manufacturers of ammo and guns from being held liable because their product does harm to the public. Indeed. And this was the act that the Sandy Hook parents this was the only way that they could try to get money for the
To
cases
hold
of
somebody
Sandy,
responsible.
to hold the manufacturers responsible, and they maxed out the liability of their insurance policy. Okay, but that's not going to stop them, because they're going to turn around and sell to the 20-year-old incels out here shooting up, Main Street America on 4th of July. Okay,
There's a market.
these people need to be
They
held
recognize it.
responsible for their products doing harm to the United States. They are the only industry that is not held
You know,
for
my
the
mind
harm that their
has
product
drifted
causes.
from us being able to enact meaningful gun laws. It swings over to the other side of thinking, well, you know, we've repealed amendments before. I'm tired of this, man. They treat it as a weapon, as a tool itself for their ends.
Well, you know, John,
That's what they're doing.
the very fact, I mean, even if I was a gun store owner, the fact that an 18-year-old would come into my store and want to buy or semi-automatic powerful rifle, shouldn't the alarm bells be
It's
going
not
off?
going to stop them, Johnny. The dollar bills are going to make that
There
alarm
you
bell
go,
go
baby.
silent.
It's the
Are you
money.
kidding? That's exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
If gun store owners
It's the money. Go after the money.
gun manufacturers and ammo manufacturers were held responsible for the products that
Take
they're
their money
selling
away.
that are killing
yeah.
people on the streets of America every fucking day, this shit will change. You want to do something? You want to do something productive? You ain't even got to leave your house. Call 202-224-3121. Call your senator and tell him to
Tell them you're tired of this
repeal
shit.
this act that protects gun manufacturers from liability in this country. That would be productive. If you had the opportunity to sue the manufacturer of the gun that killed your husband, killed your wife, killed your kids in a fucking school,
Then maybe the gun
they
company
would
might
think
rethink
twice
their
about
product.
selling that shit.
You know, install seatbelts.
Yeah.
You know, I want to quote this. Anita Bracey just made a comment, and I thought it's good. She says, "This is the ad the DNC should run to go for the jugular of the GOP. A post-birth baby loses both parents in America's latest mass shooting. Where's your fucking pro-life?" I thought the GOP was pro-life.
Really.
Yeah, they don't give a shit. Once that baby is born,
How
like I
long
said
does
the other
that
day, they throw it on the
pro-life
trash pile of humanity. They don't give a shit about the baby. They
Right.
don't give a shit about your medical care or anything else. Nothing. Pull yourself up by the bootstraps. Oh, wait. Somebody a minute ago said if the boot is on your neck, you ain't pulling no bootstraps, baby. And that's where the boot is nowadays. It's on our neck.
Yeah.
We're being forced to watch not only our rights disappear, but the very threat upon our society to survive. How long do you think you saturate the society with guns, which we have basically already done? What other kind of future can we expect except at the end of a gun? It's the answer to everything, whether you're pissed off at the world or pissed off at your neighbor. It's the answer for everything. Because we've made
John,
it that
do you
way.
notice too? The other day, I saw something that the Proud Boys went to a library or something for a book reading. There were two instances they went in. They're trying to be the enforcers of the hard right. And just because it was LGBT something celebration, I don't know, they were reading a book or something along that line. Yeah, they went in and interrupted and threatened them and everything else. I think it was in North Carolina, if I'm not mistaken. Tell me that's not.
Yeah,
That's what they want to do. Control.
that's their end game. What do you? Hey! I'm just pointing out. Look at your screen. I'm just pointing it out. I'm getting better. It is up to us. Everything is up to us. That's the part that we really have to make some people in our society understand. And I'm not talking to the choir here, because I'm pretty goddamn sure that everybody in this chat's going to vote. But there is such a large percentage of our society that doesn't, that has the give a fuck attitude. They don't care, as long as their daily life goes on. But they don't realize that over time that daily life is going to change, and you're not going to like what it's going to change into.
Yep. That's right.
It is that call, like Kennedy said, ask not what your country can do for you. Because right now, it's never been more important for the other part of that, to ask what you're willing to do for your country, for our democracy. Because that's what's on the line, have no doubt about it. We've come to a time in our history where we ran into a man who is willing to use violence to take the presidency of the United States. We failed to be a democracy at that point. The whole country changes. I don't know if we'll be drinking vodka and calling each comrade, but metaphorically speaking, we'll be doing the same damn thing no matter what it is, because it's not going to be our country. It's going to be the corporations' company. It's going to be big religions' company.
Yep.
It's either going to be fascism or theocracy or a combination of the two, which makes a lot of people
enjoy
happy.
it.
Yeah, not me, baby.
Well, you know what, John?
I'll be out here
I
screaming
think,
the whole time.
I think this religious stuff, the churches that really should be taxed, and they should be taxed, are the ones that are sticking their nose in religion, like the Cornerstone Church in Texas.
Religion, in my opinion, has already defiled their own belief system. Mind you, I'm talking about, who is it? Oh yeah, evangelical Christians, the Trumpers that love him so much, right. And that, in my opinion, you soil your God, you soil your religion. None of your religious argument holds a bit of water when I look at what you do. So it's what you do, and ain't that what Jesus is going to ask you about? Or not Jesus, but St. Peter's going to ask you about when you get there. It's about what you did. Well, if you ask me what I did, I'll be fine. I'll be fine. Except for the blasphemy part, like I said, I'll get me for that one. But by that point, I'm surely going, well, okay, you were right. Now get on your fucking knees. And anybody that doesn't like that answer, I'm sorry. But I think there's a whole lot of fucking people in this world that have that question if they get there. I'm not the only one that feels that way. Anyway. That's pretty fucking... Anyway. I love y'all. And I love this family. And we'll keep on working, baby. Yes.
Keep doing what you do, bro. We need this. We need your voice out there, and I appreciate you.
Not just mine, baby. We need yours. We need Ed's. We need Johnny Flies. Curtis is in there, Miss. We need everybody. Anita Bracey, Curtis Wood, Michael Johnson. Oh, look, Bernadette Bree, right there. Bill joins. Diana Forever 420. I love that name, by the way. Thank you.
And thank you to everybody who participated in donating to the show tonight.
Indeed.
Your donations are truly, truly a blessing.
They're appreciated.
Okay.
They are greatly appreciated.
They are appreciated.
And to those in our Patreon members, thank you so much for believing in this show and the direction that we want to go. Anyway, which we're going to have some improvements to, I think. I don't know. Anyway, I love you. Thank you for being here, and thank you for being a part of this. Johnny Fly, thank you for being here, brother. We always appreciate your voice. Keep rocking it out there,
Thanks
brother.
for having me, sir.
Go to that meeting tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
Shake the hand, man.
Absolutely.
Sure will.
Indeed. And Ed, thank you, brother, for being here.
It's a pleasure.
Outstanding. Outstanding. I appreciate it. And Bernadette, as always, thank you so much. Not only for your voice, but for what you said this evening. I appreciate that tremendously, darling. So.
You're welcome, John.
And
I do this because it's needed. And it's true.
It's needed,
Okay.
it's true, and all that, but thank you. You didn't have to, and I appreciate it. And there's Carolyn and John right there. Johnny says hello. See, she calls him Johnny. My wife calls me Johnny. See, that's the way it's coming in. Anyway,
It's a good name.
again, it's rough times, baby, and there's a lot to think about. A lot of things are on the radar that don't look good, that are going to scare the fuck out of everybody. But remember, day by day, baby. So tomorrow, take the time, put a smile on your face, try to make somebody else smile, and make them wonder what the fuck you're up to, and make them think that you must know something they don't, and whatever. Anyway, have the best day you can. Y'all say good night.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody. We'll see you again Thursday night. So we'll get through Hump Day. We'll get it back here for Wednesday for another Blue Dot Family meeting. So come by and join us. And don't forget, like, share,
Yeah.
subscribe, and help push the word. We appreciate it.